Oh, there's one. There's one. I knew it. I knew there had to be some fish down in there. That's a nice bass. Yo, what's up guys? All right, so it just rained and I wanted to come out to the pond that I've only been to once before. I didn't bring my fishing stuff last time because there was a lot of people here. It was super crowded, but like I said, it just rained, so I figured it would scare everybody off. And look at this. There's nobody out here. Nobody. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. The temperature dropped about 10-15 degrees. Water clarity is actually still pretty good even because of the rain, because I don't think that the creek that runs into this is very susceptible to getting super muddy. So the water clarity is still pretty good. Right when I got here, I went ahead and dropped a minnow trap in at the front just to see if I could catch some minnows. If we can't catch something on our artificials, I was gonna throw some minnows on, see if we can't catch some crappie bass that way. But without further ado, let's get into some fishing. All right guys, so I'm gonna be fishing with just a little pop-R. If you can see that, a little pop-R, it's got a green color to it, white bottom, black back, mimic like a little frog or something. Fishing with 4-pound test line on a little micro rod. This kind of fishing's so much fun. If you hook into anything big, it's a blast. So let's get into it. Oh man, look how good this looks here. All right, so I put on a little shallow swimming twitch bait. We'll see how that works. Top water doesn't seem to be the answer, so we need to change it up just a little bit. There's one. There. Oh no, I think that was a crappie. No, I think that was a nice crappie. What? That's the second bite I've had. I think there might be some crappie in there. The little white jig might be the trick. All I did on that one was I threw it out and I was letting it sink. Gave it about 4 or 5 seconds. And then I just started reeling it back about as slow as I possibly can. And then it was just the lightest bite ever. That was a pretty good fish. The way he hit it and the way he kind of came up real quick made me think it was a crappie. There's one. Oh, there was another one. Such a light bite. He must have just grabbed my tail. There's one. We worked hard for that little guy. Come here. Even when they're this little, their mouths are big enough to lip. He's a pretty little guy. Pretty little black crappie. I knew there might be something around that structure out there. Pretty little fish. Thanks, guy. Oh, we didn't get skunked today, boys. We didn't get skunked. Look at this. I tried to set this guy free. And he came right back up on the bank. There he goes. He didn't want to leave me. He liked me. All right, well there's one, there's usually more, so let's get back out there. There's one. Oh, that line just started getting just a little bit tighter. They have such a light bite. Another little dink. Oh, but we don't care. Look how, this is why they call them paper mouths. Look at this. Oh, they're so hard to land sometimes. Such a pretty fish though. Those beautiful blue colors in his side there. Such a pretty fish. We're just catching these guys on a little 32nd ounce. Here, I'll show that to you. It's just a little 32nd ounce grub, white grub with a little curly tail. Gives it a lot of action. Just a little gold hook. Crappie just can't resist it usually, but yeah, it's been tough fishing out here today, I tell you what. I'd like to catch some about 5 times that size, but I'll take what I can get. A fish is a fish. Oh, there was another one. Now normally I wouldn't be setting the hook like I am, but these guys are biting so light, and I'm using 4-pound mono, so it has a good amount of stretch, and that pole is going to give a lot by the time it actually sets the hook, so it's not just going to rip it out of their mouth. A lot of people make that mistake with crappie. They just set the hook so hard like they're fishing for bass. You just can't do that with these fish. Their mouths are just so thin, you'll just rip the hook right out. All right guys, so we got a pretty interesting area here. This here is flowing out of the pond. So when the water comes up, this is like the extra runoff water. Now right now, I mean, it's only ½ an inch deep going all the way across there, so nothing could get across from the pond right there right now. But when that rainwater pushes that level of the pond up and when the upper creek flows in, I bet there's some fish that flow into here. And there's a nice deep hole right down below here. We're gonna see if there's something here. I'm gonna drop a worm down and see if we can't pick something up. Oh, there's one. There's one. I knew it. I knew there had to be some fish down in there. That's a nice bass. That's a nice bass. He's not too big. We can probably hoist him up. Just tighten down the drag just a little bit. Give him an old flipperoo. Nice. Nice bass. Nice little bass. I figured if they got trapped in that little area there, that they'd probably be pretty hungry because they probably don't get a lot of food. Nice little bass. Pretty fish. All right, let's let him back. Whoop. Nice fish. Let's get back in there and get another one. Oh, I think that was another bite. That was another bite. There's one. There's one. Little guy. Come here, buddy. Get that little red jig out of you. That's such a pretty little fish. Such good color. They're healthy looking fish. That worm wasn't catching me anything else, so I decided to switch back to my crappie jig. See if there was something smaller sitting in here. And there he was. The tiniest crappie award. Look at this. That's what I call bait. You can probably still get your thumb in his mouth. Look at that. They got such big mouths. That's so cool. That's so cool. And I bet you if I had some little crappie minnows or something, I bet you there's more fish in here. There's one more, guys. There's one. Another nice little crappie. Another beautiful little crappie. All about the same size too. It's interesting. Super healthy looking though. They are eating good. All right, well, that's gonna do it for today. Starting to get late in the evening. Sun's about to go down. You're not allowed to fish here after dark. And the bite kind of shut off a little bit, which is weird. I was hoping it would pick up right around dark, but we had a good trip. We caught some crappie, which are extremely difficult to catch in ponds that you've never fished before. Crappie are notorious for staging at certain areas in ponds off certain depths and being very picky sometimes. So when you're fishing a new area, crappie can be a little bit difficult to target. So I'm really happy that we found them. And I just kind of used a technique that I used for several ponds. That rock dam that I was fishing along, if you can find one of those on a pond, typically those are going to hold some of the deeper areas, and since it is the summertime, I was expecting them to be just a little bit deeper. So I was just dropping that jig off of some of the deeper points, giving it about 4 or 5 seconds to drop down, and then reeling it back super slow. Now, one of the tricks my dad taught me when growing up fishing for crappie, he told me, if you think you're gonna reel too slow, or you think you're reeling too slow, reel slower. And you know what, it's absolutely the truth, because when you're fishing for the crappie, they're such a delicate bite, and sometimes they're a little bit inactive. So if you reel it super slow, they'll just kind of come up, latch onto it. You'll feel the line tighten up. You won't feel any like thump bite or anything like that. You'll just feel the line tighten up, and you just set the hook and they're on. And it's a difficult bite to teach somebody as well because of how light it is, which is why I was using 4-pound test on a micro rod today. But I'm so glad we did. We found some really cool areas. That little spillway was super cool. I think we pulled like 3 fish out of there, which is insane for that little bitty spot. I can't wait to check that out again after another hard rain. That's going to be a really good spot. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a really awesome day. Not a ton of fish, but some really intense fishing, because the fish just did not want to bite today. I don't know what it was, but we managed to find them. So I'm super happy. I'm super happy that we found what we did. I think that not a lot of people can say that they found the fish today. So we went out there, we gave it our all, we found some fish and had a great day, especially on with how hot it's been. With how hot it's been out here, it was really nice to get out when it had cooled down a little bit because of the rain. So really awesome day fishing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Smash that like button. Leave me some comments down below if you have any questions about the tackle I was using. I'll try to link it in the description. Or any other questions you want to ask me, feel free. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.